On Friday last, Pope Leo XIV published a letter on the value of sport. The immediate occasion for this were the Winter Olympics that were starting that evening in Milan. But the letter is a celebration of sport in all its aspects. It's a celebration of sport as a popular cultural phenomenon that is to be found in all societies, and that is something that enriches life, that adds to the enjoyment of life, enables people to become healthy, enables people to find passion, to find joy, to improve themselves. So it becomes in its own way also a metaphor for life. We could talk about sport as a school for life, learning to exceed, learning excellence, learning to do the best one can, learning to add discipline and training to the initial passion, learning to compete, learning to appreciate the efforts of others, learning to sometimes the challenge of another who is almost as good brings out the best in me. So we learn together. So all of these become important things for life. How we can as a community grow together, celebrate excellence, celebrate competition, but never unbridled competition. Always a competition that respects the integral value and worth of those who compete. And I think this is also something Pope Leo wanted to warn about, some of the dangers when sport loses those values, when it becomes maybe more focused on self-achievement, on the money you can earn, on the attention you can have, that could in its own way undermine the value and the purity of sport, and undermine in so many ways the trust the public invest in sport. Obviously, sport is a language. It speaks to people in different situations. Even sports that we don't know much about, sometimes curling, winter skiing, things that I wouldn't know much about. But you begin to appreciate the beauty, the artistry, and the capacity and the achievements of people. And they can speak to people, bring the world's attention together. And therefore why sport can be an instrument for peace. It brings people together to celebrate common achievements, to celebrate the artistry that we share together, that we learn from each other's cultures. We learn people from different cultures, from different languages, from different religions, and we see them as competitors in the same sport. And this becoming a good analogy for life, where we want to see everybody, including those who seem to be different to us, as brothers and sisters in the one same human family. In particular, there's a noble tradition associated with the Olympics of an Olympic truce. Back in its origins, it was to enable people to travel to the Games. Nowadays, we see it as something just about symbolically to remind our world of how much we need peace, how much we need the cessation of hostility, how much we need the growth of understanding and mutual respect. And then finally, there's an aspect of the message that's particularly for church people, for people of the church. The church and sport have been combined and in relationship to each other for years. Many of the great sports men and women will acknowledge that they began their sporting journeys in parish arrangements, in Catholic schools, in universities. And what we're trying to do is invite the church communities globally to work together to build a more deliberate and intentional response to sport, to celebrate sport, to accompany those who are involved in sport, and to build networks to ensure that sport continues to fulfill its potential to be something for the good and benefit of all human beings.